I did want to finish this before I go. Today's the 15th of January, and this is Elizabeth, the illegal monarch, and this is Charles, the wannabe king, who's lived this plush life, and it doesn't even belong to him. He belongs in jail. And so does this fella. You may like him. This is not his, and he knows it. I was kidnapped and brought here. I'm Victoria II, legal heir, and then I am the legal heir. My father, Edward VIII, was removed illegally. My father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor. And I'm looking, I just showed that on the other right here. I've showed a lot. I just happen to have this. This is my mom, and this is the O'Keefe genealogy. My mom and sister Georgia O'Keefe, the artist. They brought me over here. I'm talking about George VI, who's illegal, Elizabeth's father. She's illegal. Upside down we are here, right? She sent by. Now, let me remind you, her father is illegal, George VI, the one that made the movie of, and made him out to be the good guy. Not one word of truth in all of this. Madonna made a movie about the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Duke and Duchess of Windsor is an illegal title, yet I believe I'm correct that there is a posh apartment, at least where she made, it was then when Madonna made the movie. I'm down here. I was brought to a pigsty farm, abused all my life beyond belief, given another name. I still can't use my real name, Margaret Ann Windsor. I have to use the name that where I was dropped off in 41 after I was kidnapped by the Kennedys, who was ambassador to England, 36 till he was kicked out in 45 or 46. Roosevelt, President Roosevelt, my own uncle, George, the illegal six, the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers, the Jews that control the banking now, they're the New World Order, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, they're all the same group. And by the way, Hillary Clinton's part of it, and Elizabeth's a member, and I'm so sad to say, the Netherlands, the Queen, she's abdicated. They're the same relationship to me as they are to Elizabeth, cousins, and anyway, she abdicated, but she's a member of the New World Order, the Rothschilds, the very people that kidnapped me, took down my father, and caused the Brits to be overrun and everything gone. The Americans come in like after they kidnapped me and overrun and took down my father and overrun the UK, put all the military bases on it. That's like overrunning Washington, D.C., okay? So now then, look at it now. It's overrun by Syrian refugees, which the United States held the UK hostage. They inserted Elizabeth, their own monarch. That's exactly what they did. They kidnapped me. I'm over here. And if it's ever shown what was done to me and my sons Mark and Scott, it's awful, horrible, the laws on a daily basis that was done to us. And I don't know where my sons are now. But they made the movie back then. And Madonna, I have put on social media and Facebook, YouTube, and by the way, I just found out yesterday, they put some of my videos on a list that can't be shown. I've not done one thing except tell the truth in it. Absolutely, and you can't even begin to get all of it on there, on all these videos I've made for the last almost 3 years now, and on Facebook and Instagram. But this is Wallace Simpson that the movie Madonna made a movie out of, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, which is illegal. That's not even my father. It's a double. She's an American spy. She never married my father. My father was married to a beautiful lady, O'Keefe, sister to Georgia O'Keefe, from Madison, Wisconsin. My mother was, I'll say that again, was a school teacher. But she didn't fit into, well, they saw it as a chance to take over the monarchy, and they did. Illegal, and they should be locked up. But it's my understanding that my own grandmother, Mary, was part of. She didn't like the fact that my mother was a commoner, and here they have made lies. This is all lies. My dad had nothing to do with her. She was a divorcee, and one of her husband's names was Spencer. And then she married a double, not my dad. But I want to relate this to what they said in helping to take down my dad was all lies. But the fact that she's a divorcee, and they treated it, the media and my family there, at least part of them, like this was all true, that my father married her, and it's the weirdest thing. I mean, a laugh is so ludicrous, it's sick. I don't know what you do with it if you couldn't laugh at it. But she was a divorcee, and they kept saying my dad married her, and he didn't have a sense of duty. By the way, William, what does duty mean to you when you referred to your dad, Charles, who's married to a divorcee, who has stood by with his mother and you now, and you live off of my money, my title, my home, and I don't know if the rest of the world saw what was done to me while you live in luxury and give away my country, and look at it now. I don't think everybody would agree with you. Why do you want to hide it? When you talk about sense of duty, do you not mean that your father learned real early to steal, kill, lie, and cheat, just like the whole bunch of you there, if I can get back to this bunch? For this is ridiculous that it's even been allowed to. Here's Elizabeth. She doesn't have to answer to anybody. She just stands there with her flowers and people bow to her. You should see how they treat me. Here's the wannabe king, Charles, who married after Diana. She's Catholic, and she's a divorcee. All the things they accused, Wallace Simpson, when my dad was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, clean-cut, beautiful lady, just like my father. Excuse me. My husband, I found out, was CIA that I married. But anyway, I guess I was always looking for my father. They tell me that I always subconsciously knew who I am. I only found out in '83 when I was out at Larry Flint's, who was shot. I had written a book on mind control murders done in patterns, and Mr. Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book, March the 6th of '78. And there's a whole list of them. They can do it in mass. This was in April of '84. I was out there and ran in a campaign to replace Congressman Larry McDonald, whose plane went down, and I had written about him in the medical malpractice book. It was almost killed April the 1st of '80. And I guess the other thing I wanted to say, if I can get down here before it goes, I've been begging for my name back, and the crime, just to see some of the crimes exposed, for goodness sake, some sense of justice while I watch people eat all around me. I've been made a bag lady, and Elizabeth has even came through here and spoke before the Senate or House of Representatives in Richmond, Virginia. That was when the Virginia Tech shootings, which was a mind control shooting done in patterns. She went right by here. Everybody's running to her while I'm trying to tell everybody about mind control murders and my kidnapping. And I'm watching, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I said that about, because I admire him, Sean Penn. I think he is very level-headed, and he tries to be unbiased. But I don't understand. I know he was married to Madonna, and Madonna was the one that produced the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, which is a total lie. But you can look at it and see the luxury they lived in while they stole my father and mother's name, my father's title, and they knew about my kidnapping and helped in that. And all these years, no one's tried to rectify it. Elizabeth certainly hasn't. She's too busy.